Very good evening and a warm welcome to Primetime News on TV1. I'm Zinat Mustafa, joined by news interpreter for tonight, Taraka Gabriel, via Zoom. Let's first take a look at your headlines for today.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa on a two-day visit to Bangladesh. Minister Rohita Abegunawardena released from charges in the case filed against him by the Bribery Commission. State Intelligence Chief Major General Suresh Saleh files complaint with the CID against the statement made by MP Nalin Bandara. Madhavachya joins the struggle demanding a solution to the human-elephant conflict. Police take down mural against environmental destruction at the Viharma Devi Park. Activists staged silent protest. A new party named Samabima enters the political sphere.
අපේ රටේ පාර්ලිමේන්තු බලය ගන්න පාලකයෝ රට පාලනය කරන හැටි දන්නේ නැහැ.
On to your top story tonight, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has said that new generations need to be aware of the countless sacrifices made by their forefathers to achieve freedom. The Prime Minister made these remarks while addressing an event held to mark the Golden Jubilee of Independence in Bangladesh.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa began his two-day official visit to Bangladesh today based on an invitation extended by Bangladeshi Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The Sri Lankan Prime Minister was afforded a warm welcome at the Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport by the Bangladesh Prime Minister upon arrival to the country. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa then paid tribute to the freedom fighters of Bangladesh and signed the visitors' book at the National Memorial. A bilateral discussion took place between Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa and Bangladesh Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Abdul Momin today. The meeting revolved around the long-standing diplomatic ties and trade and investment ties between the two nations. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa then attended an event held to mark the independence of Bangladesh and the centenary birth anniversary of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who is regarded as the father of the nation of Bangladesh.
In this 21st century, with the great aspiration for Asian prosperity, our new generations need to be aware of the countless sacrifices made by their forefathers to achieve freedom. As a neighbor and a close friend, Sri Lanka stands side by side with the Bangladesh to achieve greater freedom and prosperity. Our objective of economic transformation, eradication of poverty, and achieving the sustainable development goals remain three priorities in the middle of a great challenge. Madam Prime Minister, your proposal to promote a blue economy in the Bay of Bengal continues to inspire our approach on maritime affairs. In addition to playing an active role through the SAARC Agricultural Center in Dhaka, Bangladesh continues to provide training and capacity building for our institutions. I seek your indulgence to share closer cooperation in this field.
The visiting Prime Minister is expected to meet the Bangladesh President and Prime Minister for bilateral discussions during his official stay.
State Intelligence Service Director Suresh Saleh filed a complaint with the Criminal Investigations Department over certain remarks made by parliamentarian Nalin Bandara at a media briefing recently.
The police released video footage of the remarks made by Nalin Bandara, based on which the State Intelligence Service Director filed his complaint.
We are aware of Suresh Saleh. Suresh Saleh was attached to the Sri Lankan High Commission in Malaysia as a defence counsel. Lanka E-News has clearly said that Zahran had visited Suresh Saleh in Malaysia. After that, Zahran had also travelled to Indonesia and India. A person like Zahran cannot undertake this journey alone. Someone must have backed him and provided him with the strength to do it. They must have coordinated the process as well. A few years ago, Suresh Saleh had gone to India to attend a training program. But he returned to the country before completing the program immediately after this government came to power and is now serving as the State Intelligence Service Chief. I wish to question the Commission whether they had recorded a statement from Suresh Saleh. Did they question him? No. The commission hasn't questioned the relevant individuals. They did not take steps to identify those who manipulated the bombings. Therefore, if we take all these incidents into account, the people of this country must be given a clear idea on who manipulated the attacks. Therefore, we challenge the government to identify the perpetrators of these attacks before the 21st of April. I am certain that this government will not be able to identify the masterminds behind the April 21st attacks and reveal it to the people. But the people of this country will realize the failure to uncover this piece of information.
ඒ පාස්කු ප්‍රහාරයේ මහමොල කරුවා කවුද කියන එක අවබෝධ කරලා දෙන්න රටේ ජනතාවට. හැබැයි රටේ ජනතාවට අවබෝධ වෙයි ඒගොල්ලෝ අපිට ඔප්පු කරලා දුන්නේ නැති වුණා.
Police spokesperson DIG Ajit Rohana commented on the complaint filed by State Intelligence Service Director Major General Suresh Sale at the Criminal Investigations Department.
රාජ්‍ය බුද්ධි සේවයේ ප්‍රධානී
State Intelligence Service Chief Major General Suresh Sale has filed a complaint with the Criminal Investigations Department through his attorneys. He had recorded a statement at the Criminal Investigations Department today as well. Suresh Sale had filed this complaint based on certain remarks expressed by Kurunegala District Parliamentarian Nalin Bandara during a media briefing in Colombo recently. He had stated that the remarks made against him are false and malicious, and that if an impression is created against him among the victims of the April 21st attacks, it would provoke anger towards him as he is of Malay ethnicity and also cause inconveniences among his family members. He has also denied meeting Zahran Hashim and noted that he had given evidence before the Presidential Commission thrice and visited the Commission on 6 occasions. The Criminal Investigations Department has launched an investigation into the matter.
හමු නොවූ බව මේ සම්බන්ධයෙන් විමර්ශනයක් ආරම්භ කිරීමට අපරාධ පරීක්ෂණ දෙපාර්තමේන්තුව තීරණය කර තිබෙනවා.
The Janata Vimukti Peramuna responded to a statement made by Minister of Public Security, retired Rear Admiral Sarath Virasekara yesterday.
We know that it was two brothers, Ilham and Inshaf, who were suicide bombers behind the deadly bombings in the April 21st attacks. Ibrahim is their father. The three of them funded 30 million for the attacks. Ibrahim, who contributed funds for the bombing, was on the national list of the Janata Vimukti Peramuna. Therefore, Kumara Dissanayake will have to provide an explanation for this in the near future if this matter arises. Therefore, we will not be deceived by his empty words. While none of the government members, including Sarath Virasekara, had gone before the commission and requested for me to be summoned citing this connection, why did Sarath Virasekara draw a sudden reference to me? He stirs up various stories to divert the attention from any issue that arises in the country. He stated that the provincial council system would be abolished, but now the government has decided to conduct the provincial council elections. Therefore, Sarath Virasekara's words are empty. He said that he had ordered all underworld leaders to surrender their weapons, but none of the underworld leaders had done so. That is why I said that his words are empty. Recently, he said that the youth of our country will be provided military training for 2 years, but the government has denied making a decision to that effect. Therefore, his statements are a farce. He had also said that he had signed a cabinet paper to ban the burqa. He is making childish remarks, but those are serious statements. He is threatening me to show the power of his word. But we wish to state that we cannot be intimidated by his words, which he compares to live ammunition.
ඔය ජීවුන්ට ගොඩක් අපේ කංගාවෙන් උනත් ගිහින් තියෙනවා. ඒ නිසා ජීවුන්ට පෙන්නලා බය කරන්න පුළුවන් මිනිස්සු නෙවෙයි.
සරත් වීරසේකර මහත්තයා කියන්න කැමති. එහෙම ඉබ්‍රාහිම්
I wish to tell Sarath Virasekara that if he is gathering information on the businessman identified as Ibrahim, he must first record a statement from Mahinda Rajapaksa on how salaries were paid to the group that was involved in the April 21st attacks. It was Mahinda Rajapaksa who presented awards to Ibrahim. Some ministers and former ministers of the current government had also presented various awards to said businessman. He has also been made a Justice of Peace in Sri Lanka as well. This was well before he was named on the national list of the Janata Vimukti Peramuna in 2015. If he records statements from the relevant individuals, then it would be easier for us to reveal details on Ibrahim.
The youth wing of the Wildlife and Nature Protection Society staged a silent protest against environmental destruction at the Vihara Mahadevi Park in Colombo today.
Youth wing members of the Wildlife and Nature Protection Society had constructed a mural at the Vihara Mahadevi Park to create awareness of environmental destruction. This was to coincide with the International Climate Action Day.
However, a team of workers from the Colombo Municipal Council took down the mural at around 10 a.m. today.
You can see that the trees have been tied using ropes. This is a beautiful park in Colombo. They are damaging the environment while protesting to protect it. The trees have been tugged to a side. This has exerted pressure on the environment. The permission of the police must be sought while erecting a massive temporary structure in a public area. Officials informed me that permission had not been obtained for this.
මට නිලධාරීන් වාර්තා කරා ඒ අවසරය නොගෙන තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ මේක ඉදි කරලා තියෙන්නේ කියලා.
මේ ඒ කලාකරුවන්ගේ අදහස අතෝෂෙම හොඳයි.
We appreciate their opinion. We are not trying to deny it. We don't allow posters to be pasted at the Colombo town. The president halted such activities during his stint as defense secretary. He didn't do it during the elections as well. He loves the environment. That is why Colombo is beautiful.
කොළඹ නගරේ මෙච්චර ලස්සනට තියෙන්නේ. දැන් බලන්න එවැනි පරිසරය ගැන මෙහෙම කතිකාවක් හරි ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ. මේ අපේ රජය ආවට පස්සේනේ. දැන් බලන්න කලින් මොරගහ කන්ද හැදුවා.
Several trees were cut down when the Moragahakanda reservoir was constructed. But today, a tree cannot be cut down in a garden. That is good. We find no fault with it. We are requesting them to seek the permission of the police when constructing murals.
මේක පොලිසිය අවසරය ලබාගෙන සිදු කරන්න කියලා මම ඉල්ලා සිටිනවා.
The Colombo Municipal Council workers took steps to restore the mural at noon today. Senior DIG of the Western Province, Deshabandhu Tennakon, and a team of police officers visited the location during the day. The police and the Colombo Municipal Council then decided to remove the mural from the area.
We didn't at least allow paint to be spilt. We did this cautiously. We don't intend to cause harm to the environment. We cannot escape such accusations.
Activists attached to the youth wing of the Wildlife and Nature Protection Society, together with members of environmental and civic groups, staged a silent protest in the area.
මිනිස්සු සත්තුන්ගේ භූමිය ආක්‍රමණය කරලා සත්තු නගරයට එනකොට අපි උන්ව මරලා දානවා.
අපේ climate
There are many adversaries the ocean faces due to climate change. Ocean acidification, coral bleaching, sea level rise, and rivers get polluted because of this. We came here today to highlight all of that.
I think ඒ ඔක්කොම highlight කරන්න තමයි අපි අද ආවේ.
There are no political motives behind this. This was an attempt made entirely by young people. If there are any politicians here, we don't welcome them. We believe that every person involved in the decision-making process is responsible for this.
තීරණ ගැනීමේ ක්‍රියාවලියේ යම් කිසි සම්බන්ධයක් තියෙන හැම කෙනාම මේකට වග කියන්න ඕනේ.
කියලා තියෙන හැම ගහක් ගොලක්ම ඔක්කොම කපලා දාලා Tamanට ඕන ඕන විදියට ගස් වවලා එක එක බිස්නස් කරන්න එහෙම කරලා අන්තිමේදී විනාශ කරලා දාලා වැඩක් නැහැ. සිජන් කන්නද වගේ නෙමෙයි සල්ලි කන්නද කියලා තමයි මම අහන්නේ.
The Satyagraha launched by farmers of Valsapagala entered its 62nd day today. Several organizations have expressed their support to the demonstration that is currently underway. Farmers involved in the Satyagraha are demanding authorities to gazette a managed wild elephant reserve. 86 farmer organizations, including the Valava Left Bank Joint Farmers Organization, is involved in the demonstration. Farmers from various areas have expressed their support to the struggle, demanding a solution to the human-elephant conflict. Farmers in Mahiyanganaya have also launched a Satyagraha that has entered its third consecutive day today. The demonstration is being held demanding a solution to the human-elephant conflict in Mahiyanganaya and Dehigolla. Wild elephants encroach into these areas in the evening and at night as well. Protesters insist that they would resort to a fast unto death campaign if a proper solution is not provided.
Meanwhile, a Satyagraha was launched in Madhavachya demanding a solution to the human-elephant conflict. Farmers taking part in the Satyagraha said that they will continue the demonstration until the human-elephant conflict is resolved. Environmental destruction has been reported from certain areas falling under the Katana and Dewlapitiya divisional secretariats in the Gampaha district. The destruction has been reported in the Bolagala, Jambugaswatta, Mullayaya and Ambalayaya Grama Niladhari divisions due to mining on the banks of the Ma-Oya. Locals point out that lands near the Ma-Oya have sustained damages due to the mining of clay and sand on the river banks. They complain that despite having permission, certain individuals have been carrying out mining outside the prescribed guidelines. Our cameras captured the damages faced by lands due to the mining of sand and clay on the banks of the Ma-Oya.
ඩොසර් දාලා මැච් කපලා දැන් මේ අක්කර ගණන් අක්කර 30 40ක් විනාශ කරලා තියෙන්නේ. මේක විනාශ වෙන එක තමයි ඉතින් වෙන්නේ. පකාව දීලා කරන මිනිස්සු බොට්ටු දාගෙන කරනවා. පොලිසියෙන් එන පොලිසියෙන් එද්දී උන් පැල්ලලා දුවලා. ඔය වතු වලින් ගියාලා බාණේ තම මහත්තයෝ වලවල් වල ගොඩ කරන්නේ.
According to locals, miners extract soil from the river bank and process them into sand in neighboring areas. This is one such location. Our cameras also captured the damages dealt to the trees due to mining of clay and sand in the Bolagala, Jambugaswatta, Mullayaya and Ambalayaya areas. Residents point out, officials have repeatedly failed to solve these issues despite being notified on numerous occasions.
Deforestation causes all animals to lose their home and food. This makes them encroach on human lands. Did you know within 100 years all rainforests could be completely wiped out? Let's save trees and let's save lives.
Struggling to find reliable plumbers, electricians, gardeners and other service providers? Bellboys got you covered.
Deforestation causes all animals to lose their home and food. This makes them encroach on human lands. Did you know within 100 years all rainforests could be completely wiped out? Let's save trees and let's save lives.
දරුවන්ටයි මෙච්චර බය.
Why is he afraid of children? Why is he taking a side of businessmen instead of Bhagya Aberatna? They are now attempting to silence Bhagya, the student who is struggling to save the environment. Those trying to silence Bhagya may have been offered bribes.
ඔබ කාට කාටත් සල්ලි කුට්ටි කීය හරි ලැබෙන්නේ නැති.
Journalists raised questions on the other incidents of environmental destruction in the country.
පසුගිය කාලේ අන්දානේ එලිකිරීම සම්බන්ධයෙන් ගැටලුවක් තිබුණා. ඒ ගැටලුවට කවුරුත් සම්බන්ධ වෙච්ච කට්ටිය ඉන්නවද? ඔබතුමියලාත්
ඔය මටනේ කියන්නේ. නෑ ඇත්තටම මං හිතන්නේ මම
I am the daughter of former Minister Lakshman Kiriella. That was a private land. My father handed over the land to me about 10 or 15 years ago through a gift deed. I have never visited that land. We cannot enter that land since it is covered in weed. Since we could not enter that land, we cleared away some of the weed. That stirred massive controversy in social media, suggesting that deforestation is taking place.
වනාන්තරය විනාශ කරනවා කියලා විශේෂයෙන්ම සමාජ ජාලාවල පැතුරුනේ.
ඒක හන්තාන රක්ෂිතයට අයිති ඉඩමක් නොවේ කියලාද ඔබතුමිය?
නෑ ඒක හන්තාන රක්ෂිතට.
It belongs to the Hantana Reserve. The gazette identifying the area as a reserve was published in 2010, but the land had been purchased before that.
කලින් තමයි ඒක මිලදී ගත්තේ.
මේ ඉතරමයි කියන ඉඩමක් උඩ බෞද්ධ ඉඩමක් කියලා ඒක බෞද්ධ ඉඩමක් නැත්නම්
නෑ ඒක පෞද්ගලික ඉඩමක්. ඔව්. අසිංහරාජයක දන්නේ නැහැ ඇත්තට මේක ඒක ඔව්.
A heated situation arose during a program held opposite the Ministry of Education, supporting the government's decision to recruit principals without competitive examinations. The tense situation arose following the arrival of a joint trade union opposing the decision.
of teachers, principals and administrative unions arrived at the Ministry of Education this afternoon to protest against the new recruitment process. But the Public Education Services Union were at the location supporting the government's decision. A heated exchange then ensued between the two groups.
එදා ඉඳන් ගුරු සංගම් මටවගෙන පාර දිගේ රස්තිය ආදු ගහන වෘත්තීය සමිති නායකයෝ තමයි මේ ගුරුවරු නොමග යවන්නේ. කවුරු මොන බාධක යෙදුවත් වැඩ බලන විදුහල්පතිවරුන්ට අපි හෙට අනිද්දා මේ පත්වීම් දෙනවා. ඒක දෙන එක දෙනවා. අපි විරුද්ධ නැහැ පත්වීම් ගන්නවට විභාග ලියලා.
We don't oppose appointments. We would like to say to the government that we oppose appointments that encourage bootlicking instead of sitting for an examination. We are not afraid of these lackeys.
ආණ්ඩුවට අවධාරණය කරනවා. ඒකට අපි ඉඩ තියන්නේ නැහැ. මේ හින්තයන්ට අපි බය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. තරංග විභාගය කියන එකට මුහුණ දීම සඳහා ගැටලු ගොන්නක් මෙතන ඇති වෙලා තියෙනවා.
There are several issues pertaining to the competitive exam system, including age discrepancies. About 90% can't face the exam once they are above the age of 50. Although they voiced their concerns, there have been several instances where the teachers' charter has been violated.
ව්‍යවස්ථාව උල්ලංඝනය කරපු අවස්ථා අතිවිශාලයි.
මේ වෙනකොට 4600ක් පස්සපාරෙන්.
Right now 4600 people are to be recruited to the Ministry of Education behind closed doors. They were asked to arrive at the Education Ministry while being aware of our arrival. We will take action until 300 individuals are recruited to the administrative sector and 4600 are recruited as principals.
The group dispersed after an announcement had been made stating that a decision would be reached next Tuesday.
We now draw your attention to some news from the judiciary.
Colombo High Court Judge Aditya Patabandige has ordered to release Minister Rohita Abhigunawardena from the charges in the case filed against him by the Bribery Commission. This was after the Bribery Commission informed the court today that it does not intend to continue with the charges pressed against the minister. The judge ordered that the defendant be released after considering the facts presented in court. The Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption had filed a case with the Colombo High Court against Minister Rohita Abhigunawardena for the unlawful acquisition of assets estimated at Rs 41.2 million in cash and property between 2014 and 2016.
Members of the Samagi Janabalawege Youth Front visited the Bribery Commission today to inquire into the progress of the complaint filed against the sugar scam.
මූලික පැමිණිල්ල දාලා සති 6ක් වගේ කාලයක් ගිහිලා තියෙන නිසා ලංකාවේ
It has been 6 years since the initial complaint was filed against the scam that caused losses worth 16 billion rupees to the Sri Lankan economy. A fact that we have missed is that the Satosa outlet has also faced losses. The Satosa outlet had purchased sugar at around 114 rupees and sold them at 85 rupees to the consumer. Satosa had sustained massive losses as a result of that. As parliamentarians belonging to a party responsible to the public, we are seeking the amount of this loss to be revealed to the public.
අපි ඉල්ලා සිටිනවා ඒ හානියත් ඒ පාඩුවත් මොකක්ද කියන එක ජනතාවට ලබා දෙන්න.
මීට දින කිහිපයකට පෙර අපි දැක්කා
A few days ago, we saw the cabinet spokesperson Minister Kiriella saying that a sugar scam had not taken place. Therefore, we have a great deal of suspicion as to whether there is any form of interference into these investigations. That is why we visited the Bribery Commission.
කිසිම මුදල් වංචාවක් වෙලා නැහැ නේ. දැන් ඉතින් වංචාවක් වෙලා තියෙනවා නම් මේක විකුණ ඉන්න ඕනේ.
A scam has not taken place. If such a scam has occurred, there is no need to be harping on it. There is a case in the Supreme Court and the Bribery Commission. Therefore, the relevant individuals must be punished, regardless of their status, in a swift manner. When we were in the opposition, we went to court against fraud and corruption. These cases are still being heard in court.
අධිකරණයට ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා. සාම අධිකරණයේ විභාග වෙමින් පවතින නඩු තියෙනවා. ඒකලම හරි.
The opposition did not reveal that a loss had occurred. It was a central bank that had said that a loss amounting to nearly 16 billion had occurred. A case must be filed against this. There is no need to keep investigating the case. When the bond scam was revealed under the Good Governance government, our government filed a case in court. Since a case was filed, cash worth 1,200 billion in the bank accounts of the suspects were seized by the government. They cannot use these funds now. If the court determines that a loss had occurred, then that amount can be seized.
Onto a headline-making story. A new political party named Samabima entered the political...
Sali decided on the appointment of the governor of the central bank. State positions are being chosen based on the recommendations of individuals like Hilmi Kader and Basil Rajapaksa. Those in parliament are not involved in the appointment process anymore. Basil Rajapaksa and Hilmi Kader are governing the country. The parliament is not engaged in the governing process anymore. This is why we need to change the entire political and governance structure of this country.
News from overseas. A debate was held by the backbench MPs of the UK Parliament yesterday that was focused on Sri Lanka and the resolution passed against it.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, human rights are again under attack in Sri Lanka, with President Rajapaksa waging a campaign of war. Many of those who face serious wartime abuse allegations have been appointed to senior government positions. Members of the Rajapaksa family hold nine ministerial roles, including 7 cabinet posts, managing almost a quarter of the budget. It's total control.
Join the eco-revolution to save our SINHARAJA.
Save our SINHARAJA.
Bring a sapling on the 20th of March to the SINHARAJA ARANYA SENASANAYA in Suryakanda, Kadamuduna.
Gammadda, V-Force.
That's a wrap of Primetime News. Thank you very much for watching News First. We leave you tonight with certain remarks expressed by former parliamentarian Bimal Ratnayaka during a media briefing today.
The epilogue.
Statements are being recorded from social activists. There was a girl who appeared during a program on Sirisa TV. She is a 19-year-old advanced level student. She spoke about deforestation taking place in her area while being true to her conscience. The police and the forest department officials then visited the girl's residence. She said that these officials visit her residence to question her after passing the area in which deforestation is taking place and question why statements are not being recorded from those involved in deforestation. These activities give out the message that everyone must remain silent and avoid speaking about anything harmful that is taking place in the country. If a small child is forced to remain silent instead of being true to her conscience, then that is like bowling a full toss to those tabling a resolution against Sri Lanka in Geneva.
The epilogue.